a quick little proviso that while we are cheerfully calling all vegans, the opinions and beliefs expressed by them do not always reflect our own.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Calling All Vegan show. I'm Sue Spar, and we're here recording from Wishbone Animal Rights Lab in downtown Toronto, Canada. Once again, until we find a great replacement, Vish, our cute little ambassador of anti-speciesism, who lives here at the lab, is sitting in as co-host again, so put him right there. Our guest today is a self-managed indie musical artist who isn't afraid to hustle. Blending sugar and spice with the nice and not so nice, the subject matter of her songs can swing from the very serious, dark, and emotional to light, positive, and feel good. But they always bring the beat and a catchy hook. We're so happy she kindly agreed to sneak in an interview before she returns very soon to her motherland of Australia. And she's taking a Canadian lad she met along the way with her. Please welcome vegan alt-pop powerhouse Brooke Stilla to Calling All Vegan.
Thanks, Sue. What an amazing introduction.
Oh,
thank you.
Thanks. Now, in this age of auto-tune, it's so refreshing to hear someone with such a clear, strong, pleasant voice sing raw with just a guitar for accompaniment. So full respect to you.
Thank you.
But to describe your sound or sounds, people are sure to enjoy your music if they like which artist or artists.
A lot of artists that I feel like I'm influenced by would be Ariana Grande, Dua Lipa. I've listened to Jessie J a lot growing up as well. Britney Spears, and
Well, there's kicking it old school.
and Meghan Trainor. Yeah.
I recognize two of them, so, and only Ariana because she's vegan.
Yes. And which I love because the Wicked cast, both of the leads are vegan.
Oh,
Cynthia is
cool.
also vegan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I was like, two vegan powerhouse vocalists as the leads of a
Nice.
musical. Incredible.
Yeah. Now, you're Australian born, but you've been based in Toronto for the last, I had 5 or so years, but I heard you say 7.
Nearly
years.
7.
So it always blows my mind that people's accents disappear when they sing. The same thing happens to you. There's not one hint you're Australian.
Right.
How?
I don't know. Maybe it's because, like, growing up, we've listened to music from, like, America, I would say. So, I don't know, because I tried to sing in my Australian accent recently because I was trying to make a TikTok post being like, look, this is how I would sound if I sang in my accent.
You're like,
And it's, yeah, it doesn't even, like, sound like me. It doesn't even sound like I'm singing. I don't know where it goes. Maybe it's just the way that the vowels kind of fold into, like, with, like, the vocal.
right.
Like, I'm not sure.
I have no clue. I think it's one of life's sweet mysteries.
But, like, some words, I think sometimes, like, if I was, like, to sing something with can't, like, you could tell that I'm singing can't instead of can't.
Yeah.
In a lot of my songs, I normally...
very Canadian there, can't.
I normally pick can't over can't because, like, can't rhymes with different words.
Yeah.
And can't rhymes with different words. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it just depends on how I'm feeling.
Yeah, it could be it. Around a decade ago, you were in a girl band called Beats that achieved notable success. It's tough enough for 3 people spending a lot of time together to always see eye to eye, and then we add in creative differences and egos and youth.
Yeah.
You're still all alive and well, so I'm assuming it wasn't that bad. But can you just give us some of the highlights of that magical time? And do the 3 of you still stay in contact?
We do. So one of them is my sister. So I still talk to her. She's also vegan. The other girl, Alicia, we still talk to as well. There might be some stuff in the future. We don't know. Maybe. I'm not going to say too much. But
breaking news here, maybe, huh?
Yeah. But highlights were definitely X Factor. We did X Factor Australia in 2014, which is when we had our viral audition, where people even noticed me here when I came to Toronto.
Like 20 million downloads or something?
Yeah, 26 million.
26?
Something ridiculous.
Well, give or take a few.
Yeah, like Alicia and I went to New York and we got noticed there and they were like, oh, you're from that girl group, holla back. And like, oh my God, yeah, that's us. What? How did you know us? So definitely 2014 was a highlight. And then when we did the live show in 2016, we got mentored by Mel B, which
that's great.
which was so incredible. And she's honestly such a beautiful human being. She did so many amazing things with us that I'll cherish forever. We got to
Corrupting these young girls, huh?
yes. Then we got to sing at a Australia Day event, which was a really big gig, and we sang alongside Eskimo Joe. They were also on the bill, which is like a band in Australia. And I feel like just another big highlight is just making all of like the little girls' days. Like that would come up to us and look up to us, right? Like I'd be in the shopping center and then be like, oh my God, it's Brooke and Tom. It's from the beach. And then I'd be like, it's okay. Like what I used to say to them.
Because you're like, I'm just me.
Yeah. Well, and that's exactly what I used to say. They would come up to me and I'd be like it's okay. Like I'd call them over and they'd be like shaking. And I'd be like, it's okay. Like we could take a photo. I was like, guess what? Like I'm just like you. I'm just a person. I go to the toilet just like you. And that's how I would break the ice every time. And then they would just like, well, they would giggle and then it was like, we're all good. But I think that was probably one of the biggest highlights, to just see how much of an impact we were having on these little girls.
Yeah.
And that they're like, you know, they felt like anything is accomplishable. Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Now, you do have several original songs in your catalog, but I'm going to focus on your latest body of work.
Yeah.
You've certainly had an eventful and memorable year with a number of challenges, including a bicycle accident that left you with a nasty concussion. Yet you still managed to work on and recently released your 5-song EP, K-Bye. The actual song named K-Bye, I'm trying to do it.
I love it.
Was written here in Toronto, and it holds very special significance, which you can talk to. What vibe or energy were you aiming for, and where did you find the resilience and fortitude to pull this off?
That session, I remember it very clearly. My guitarist doesn't. He was in the writing session with me, and I wanted a song to be called Boy Bye. And he was like, no, well, why don't you do K-Bye? Because it's more generic. We say it. I mean, I'm sure you've all said it. Yeah. K-Bye to someone on the phone.
Has to be lowercase. So, right?
Lowercase. Has to be lowercase. Which is showing like how you're disinterested, right?
Yeah.
I was in a relationship that was pretty toxic, like mentally and emotionally abusive. And going to these sessions were my therapy, truly. Like I feel like I had no one else to talk to moving to Toronto on my own. I was too scared to tell my family what I was going through because they would just be like, come back home. Right. So I feel like going to these sessions really helped me kind of like, it was a big outlet.
Right.
And I really wanted to title it K-Bye because K-Bye to that relationship. Like I'm done. You know. Yeah. And I feel like and the songs, a lot of them were written about 5 years ago. I feel like I couldn't have released them 5 years ago because I was still kind of in that situation. Yeah. But releasing them now, I feel like, I don't know, I'm free from that situation and I'm
kind of like cleansing the palate.
Yeah. Right? You know? And yeah, I just feel like the word K-Bye, like everyone says it and it's like a fun little word.
You have to show us your shirt.
I do. I turn around. It says K-Bye. I don't know if you can see it, but kind of. Do you want to take a little photo?
So how many takes did it get to get those Spanish lyrics right, though?
Oh, it didn't take long. I've sung K-Bye for the past 5 years.
Just got caught up in the moment after.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
My close friend Maribel helped me translate everything. It wasn't even meant to be a Spanish song. It was, I think the guitar started sounding very like with Spanish influences.
Mariachi band.
Yeah. And like whatever Alan played, like the, I was like, oh, I think this has to be like Spanish.
Yeah.
And then I messaged my friend Maribel and I was like, Maribel, I need you to help me rhyme because I don't know words in Spanish.
Yeah.
I knew like a couple things, but nothing crazy. And I've sung the songs for years, so didn't take very many takes. Like I'd probably say like 1 or 2 takes.
Very good. Was anything left on the cutting room floor that you didn't use for the album, for the EP, and you want to maybe at some point breathe some life into these rejects?
Yes, no,
rejects,
of course.
such an ugly word. These just wasn't the right time.
Like the songs, other songs.
Yeah.
I actually just did a show on Monday for like K-Bye Toronto for now.
Yeah.
Because I don't know when I'll be back, but I'm a citizen now, so I can come back. I've got so many. I'm actually thinking of doing an extended version of K-Bye, which there are those, I guess, rejected songs for now. But I've got like a whole storyboard of songs that kind of make sense when you listen to them in chronological order.
Oh,
so
very
yeah,
good.
I might do an extended play of
cool.
K-Bye.
So I can appreciate it's like asking a parent to pick their favorite child, but do you have a fave tune on this EP?
I do. I have a couple. I know, it's like a favorite child.
She'll name all 5 then, right? Yeah. No.
I would say if I had to give you 2, I would say...
I only said 1, but okay, I'll let you have 2.
I think Killing Me is a really important one, because it was the first one I wrote in Australia as well, and I've only written 3 songs in Australia back home. My songwriting journey started here in Toronto, but I think that song got such an important message behind it, because a lot of people are stuck in relationships that they probably shouldn't be in, but they stay anyway, and they never really leave or, feel free or are able to like escape it. So I'm hoping whoever listens to it feels what they need to feel, and they interpret it the way that they want to interpret it. But I hope it makes them, feel more confident to like get out of that relationship that they're stuck in.
I getcha.
Because I feel like I've been a people pleaser my whole life, and I think ever since moving to Toronto, I started to learn how to say no more frequently to things. Like, no, I can't come out, and not even apologetically, like, I can't do that, no, instead of like, no, sorry.
I know, just do that full stop after the no,
and
it's hard.
I think because I was stuck in this relationship, and I was saying a lot of like, doing whatever they kind of wanted, I got to a point where I was like, no, like, I'm first. Like, I got to think of me and the things that I want to do, and then I eventually was able to like cut the cord and release myself from it. So
very good.
Yeah, took a long time.
Yeah.
And I hope that no one has to go through that, but from a lot of female friends that I've spoken to, they have gone through very toxic relationships like that. No offense to the men in the room.
And Killing Me, I mean, it's a very upbeat sounding song, dark material, and that's an interesting video you've got there. For that one.
Yeah, with the Joker, I really wanted to portray all the different characters that exist in me, like personalities. I think like when I'm on stage, I'm this certain person, and then sometimes I'm this very reserved person as well, and then I'm a very outgoing person. But I wanted, instead of the visual to be of a woman and a man, or a woman and a woman, whatever, in a relationship, I wanted it to be like the toxicity of these different people that are like killing me. Like my mental health.
It came across, don't worry about that.
So I wanted people, like when people listen to it, some people might be like, this is about the relationship with themselves, or this is about a toxic relationship they're in, or a relationship even with like their parents.
It'll resonate differently with different people, depending on what their circumstances.
And I think that's the beauty of music, because like when you guys listen to songs, I'm sure like your interpretation is different to the person next to you.
I listen to death metal usually, so I can't even figure out I can't even understand what they're saying. It's just the vibe. So.
I wish I could. I can't. It's concussion at the moment.
Probably not the most healing music in the world.
I can't even like play with the band right now. That's why I've been doing everything acoustically.
Right, I get you.
It's been pretty rough, but anyway.
And actually, your honey made an appearance in that video. I think it was him. I saw it.
Yes. He made an appearance in 3 of the videos. Because I couldn't pay actors.
Oh, that's right.
No, he was my stunt double. So at the end of the video, if you haven't watched it, I kiss myself, which is meant to be portrayed as myself, but it's actually Julian, my partner. Killing me. And he was my love interest that's not paying attention in my other video, Leave You to Get It. And then he's just a background actor in Over It. But yeah, he contributes.
Just an extra body, huh?
Yeah, he's my number one supporter, so he's very supportive.
Sadly, independent artists can't just pour all of their energy into creating content. They also have to enter that unknown, unfamiliar world of funding. And it can sometimes take years to finance a project.
Yeah.
Did you have that experience? And if so, does it hamper your creative juice, or did things kind of lose their relevance and resonance for you, or it ended up being the right time after all?
So
you kind of alluded to that.
I was really fortunate. I had Factor sponsor this project. So Factor is a non-profit organisation.
Shout out for Factor.
Factor, yeah. They granted me money to do this project. So if it wasn't for them, I probably couldn't have done this project. But it is hard. Like, I think as a 30-year-old now, I'm like, I want to travel more of the world. Maybe I want to have a kid. Maybe, like, I want to own a house. And it's like, but then I also have a career that I'm trying to fund. So, and it can get tough because you're like, I want to be doing this full time, right? But it's also like, well, I got to work other jobs to pay for, like,
it was so much simpler before women were emancipated, huh? Remember, we were just taking care of the house and kids.
Right. But I feel like I'm very lucky. Julian this year was, again, he is my biggest supporter, but was able to support me completely because I haven't been able to work with my concussion.
Yeah.
So even like doing this project was really difficult this year because symptoms would flare up. I had to record all of the vocals like in the comfort of my home because the theme of this year has been I can't even rely on myself. And I feel like I've been mourning this person that is hustling and always going to like, you got to take a step back and you have to heal. But I've also been struggling to heal because I've also been working on this massive project that I've been doing independently. So that's why we were like, maybe moving to Australia for a bit would be a really nice just kind of start from scratch.
They even like a change of scenery, right?
Yeah, and I think just like weather-wise,
a change is as good as a rest, or whatever they say.
And I think just knowing that I do have the support of my family in Australia too is nice. Yeah.
Well, and he's not on his own turf now, so he's gonna have to. You're on your turf.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be weird. Like for the past 7 years I've been here, so
So fellow vegan, and he's a terribly nice guy too, so what a difference from what you had. So anyway, I'm just mentioning
truly, and like he listens to the songs, and like he knows that all of the songs are what they're about. And
I know some people would be like all jealous and upset, but
and like I would say he's very much like, no, these songs are great. Like Killing Me is his favorite song as well, and he's like, yeah, I'll be in the videos. Like, we've also written a couple of songs that I sang at my goodbye party on goodbye show on Monday, and everyone in the audience was like, oh my gosh, because I said like I wrote this with Julian and Alan, who's my guitarist, and he's very creative, and I'm truly like very blessed to have.
Yeah, you did all right, huh?
Yeah.
In the end, right?
I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I'm like,
sometimes you have to have these jerks to know when you get.
I know.
A good one,
I wish you didn't have to.
Yeah, I know.
I wish I could have just found Julian straight away.
Yeah. You don't appreciate them though.
True.
So fellow vegan and songbird Ariana Grande is receiving a lot of buzz from her role in the film Wicked.
Yes.
Who are your musical idols, and who would you love to do a collab with, or what song would you like to cover?
Ariana Grande would be number one.
Yeah.
I've been following her since she was in 13, the musical, and I think she may have been like 16 or 15 at the time, maybe even younger, but I was in high school and we did 13, the musical, and we were one of the first people, like first companies at my school to do 13 in Australia. So she played the role of Charlotte, and I've been following her ever since. And then when she got Wicked,
You're a little fangirl, huh?
Yeah, I'm a fangirl of Ariana. I love to admit it. I think she's pretty cool. So Ariana would be number one, and then Meghan Trainor would be the other one that I would like to collab with.
You probably have artist friends, and you probably have vegan friends. Do you have anyone who scratches both of those itches for you?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, Julian.
Okay.
Because he's creative.
Julian again.
And he's vegan.
Yes.
My sister as well is vegan and creative and was in the girl group with me. I don't think there's anyone else that I can think of right now, but just keep them separated.
Keep them separated.
Yeah, I mean, it's like even like when we go out to dinner, we go to a vegan restaurant. Like I try to support vegan restaurants as much as I can. As I've gotten older, I realize that, because back in the day, I remember being like, oh, I don't understand why like vegan people just don't like eat the burger at A&W or whatever. And now I'm like, it's my like last resort.
Yeah.
If there is a vegan place open, I'm 100% supporting that.
That's right.
Completely, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll go to like, if we do go out, I'm going out with like vegan friends versus going to a restaurant where there's like a horrible vegan option, which is the same everywhere you go, like a vegan burger, Beyond Burger.
It used to be we were all so excited when Beyond Meat burgers came to all the bars and restaurants. Right now we're like, what? All you have is a Beyond Burger as an option, you know?
Yeah, and I think a lot of us vegans, obviously. Yeah. I feel like we experiment a lot at home and we know how to cook very well. So I think...
Let's not be hasty there.
So I think it's like when I first went vegan, I remember I was like, oh my god, I can make like cheese out of like potatoes and carrots. Like what? And then it kind of... The more and more I just
kind of... For my next trick, I have an old sock and...
Yeah. Well, the more I just experimented, then I was like, I don't have to go out and eat.
That's right.
At other places, right? But again, I do support the vegan places. Yeah. I'm going to Odd Burger after this.
Well. So what is your vegan backstory?
Oh, okay. This is fun. I haven't talked about this before. I went vegan in 2015. I believe, if it was that year. June 30th is my vegan anniversary. There's a song that that goes, I want to sing it for you all.
Go for it.
It goes,
I won't sing, I'm sour, so you're
I don't even
good.
know who the artist is, but we heard it at a vegan festival in Sydney, and my sister and I sing it every single vegan anniversary. I don't even know when her vegan anniversary is, but mine's 30th of June, and it goes, happy vegan anniversary, happy vegan anniversary. So we... Happy vegan anniversary. So we sing it every time it's a vegan anniversary.
Good. Now I'm going to do that.
So June 30th, I went vegan overnight. I watched 101 Reasons to Go Vegan, and I can't remember the activist who does the speech, but I remember seeing it on a YouTuber's, like in their description, and I clicked on it, and I watched it, and then I couldn't go back.
Wow, I know.
It was like, it is instantly, like, the first thing they said in this video was, if I brought a pig into this room and a strawberry, and I put a strawberry on a stovetop, what will it do? It'll melt, right? It'll just like completely melt. If I brought a pig and put them over the stovetop, what would happen? And it would squeal and it would cry and it would be sweating and frantically like anxious. And I was like, oh my god, like what am I doing? And then I woke up the next morning and I went vegan and I ate the same thing for 2 weeks, and it was tomato paste with coconut cream and some vegetables with rice. And I was like, there was no vegan cheese.
And you live to tell the tale.
There you go. Yeah. Ever since I've been vegan.
That's awesome.
Nearly 10 years next year.
That is so good.
Yeah.
Are you going to be using your platform, your Way Up High platform? It's coming to promote veganism and animal rights.
Of course, always. I actually I want to really get more involved in writing songs that are pop songs that kind of like jump into, you know, animal activism.
Well, yeah, because I mean,
being an actor.
you have subject matter that's serious anyway, so,
Yeah.
but, you know, just pop it up.
Yeah, and
Make
I've
it
got
palatable for people.
there is a song that my guitarist and I wrote called Mama Gaia, which we kind of touch on like how the world's kind of like collapsing,
Yeah.
and I guess we kind of bring up like animals are dying in that song, and I would like whatever the royalties from that to go to animal.
That would
like,
be beautiful. Oh my God, that would be so good.
Yeah, so I definitely want to. It's just I feel like my career is just kind of getting started.
Of course,
so I'll see
yeah,
where
I
it
get
kind
you.
of
Yeah.
goes. But I'm always posting like
I know
on
they're
my
like, oh,
stories.
it's a vegan chick. We're not gonna go.
No,
with
but
it.
I don't
So
even-
as you get more popular,
I honestly don't
doesn't
even
matter.
care. I don't
Yeah.
even care if they're like that vegan chick. I'm like, yeah, change my title to that vegan chick if
Yeah,
I need to, right?
yeah.
I think the older you get, the more you don't care.
I'm thinking more though, like,
Too.
because you want to be able to get more popular,
Yeah.
get the gigs, then you can be.
Yeah, well, even my sister and I, like when we were in Beats, we actually had Revlon ask us to do a big commercial that was $10,000.
Yeah.
And because me and my sister were vegan, we were like, we can't do it.
Yeah.
And Alicia was like, what do you mean? And I was like,
Oh my God.
I was like, and again, like, I'm like, I can't contribute to that and
Yeah.
say yes because I'm supporting something that I don't believe in.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
So-
no question.
And like, no shade on, you know, Alicia, but also
No,
like,
no, but I mean, you
it's
know,
like I gotta stay
you stuck
true
to your
to
morals.
myself,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And like, I remember you telling me about Billie Eilish and like how all the food in the arena was vegan at
Yeah.
like her show. Like that's who I want to be. I want to be that person that's like, well, no, if you're coming to my show or if you're coming to my wedding or my party, like you're eating vegan.
Exactly.
Like that's, I'm not gonna have dead carcass around. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the default
Yeah.
for your Is there now somebody turned 30
Yes.
2 months ago?
Yeah, me. Hi.
Those ones ending in a 0 always sting a little bit more. You've only had 2 of them. I've
Just hit my
several.
third.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot 10.
That's
10
okay.
doesn't really sting though.
No. You're like,
Those ones
wow.
after 10.
I remember being like, oh, I'm going to be double digits. Why are we so excited for that?
That's right. If you've given it any thought, what's
Yeah.
your career trajectory that would make you the happiest and the most fulfilled in the next 30 years?
A thing that I feel like would make me really happy is just staying true to myself. I feel a lot of people in this day and age are trying to be like other people, and I feel like authenticity is what makes me the happiest. I feel like being back home as well, I feel like I really be able to kind of ground myself and just, I don't know, honor like me.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been trying to be,
Well, you'll feel like yourself again, maybe.
Yeah.
You know,
and I've grown a lot. Toronto's like really shaped me into the person I am, but I feel like I've been walking on eggshells a little bit too, so I'm excited to just kind of be this new version of Brooke.
yeah.
I love to travel and I love to like run. I've run like a couple of marathons as well.
Oh, cool.
So getting back into that, I'm the happiest when I'm moving my body. So
Very good.
I would say doing that more than music actually.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Sad to say. But I like seeing when people like my music and they feel something from it. That's the most rewarding thing. So just doing things that like feel rewarding and I'm helping other people.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Now, and finally, and possibly second only to veganism, hockey. You won't be in Toronto when the Leafs lose again next year.
We're hoping that they win.
But any plans on coming back to live in this neck of the woods one day? I know not this day, not these days.
Not
but-
soon. It's hard to
Yeah.
say. I mean, I've got my passport now.
Yeah.
I'm also with a Canadian guy.
That's right.
I would like to try seeing what my life could be like in Vancouver.
Oh.
Because I've never really, I do like Vancouver.
Oh, I love Vancouver. Yeah.
But I was only there for like a very brief time,
Yeah.
and Julian's actually never been to Vancouver. Toronto will always be a part of home because I've been here for such a long
Yeah.
time, and I'll always have people to come back and visit when I come back. not long term. I definitely would like to move to LA at some point for the music career. So I guess it'll be back and forth, probably between like Toronto, LA, and Sydney.
Wow.
As like my three little pit stop places.
Cool.
Even like being able to come here for like 3 months of the year, live in Sydney for like the rest of the year. That could be. I mean, I got a little.
Well, you're in a different tax bracket than I am, that's for sure. We'll include your contact details in the show notes, but what's the best place to follow you and for people to enjoy your work?
You can find everything at brookestilla.com. I've got all of my handles on there.
And Stilla, S-T-I-L-L-A.
Yes, S-T-I-L-L-A, which means star in Maltese.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so my childhood stage name was Brooke Star. And I was like, I need something that's like older, like more grown up Brooke. And I was like, Brooke Stilla, which is actually influenced by Ariana Grande, because I was like, grande means big in Italian, yet she's so small. And then I was like, what is something that represents me in Maltese? And I know Grande is her last name. Yeah. But I was like, oh, like Stilla, I like that name. Yeah. So, Brooke Stilla.
And, well, you're a curly top, right? I mean, my hair's skin straight right now, but one drop of humidity.
I've got curly hair, and like, look, I've straightened it, and it doesn't even stay. It's like.
So anyway, thank you so much, Brooke, for
sitting down with us
here today. Wishing you and Jules a safe, smooth flight back home.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye, Sue. Thank you so much. I love that you called him Jules as well. It's so sweet. Thanks for having me here today.
Thank you. Right. Everybody say, okay, bye.
Okay, bye.